Diving deep into the latest buzz around Major League Baseball, there's been some intriguing chatter about the New York Yankees showing interest in outfielder Luis Robert. Luis Robert, who is about to turn 28 soon, has had a rather rocky season by his standards. His batting average sits around 184, with 6 home runs and 26 runs batted in. His OPS, that's on base plus slugging percentage, is at 574. And his OPS plus stands at 63. Not terrible, but certainly below what you'd expect from a player once considered one of the brightest young stars in the league. He also has 21 stolen bases, which shows he still brings some speed to the table. Now Robert has club options for the upcoming seasons of 2026 and 2027, both worth $20 million each. However, given his current form, it looks unlikely that his team will pick up those options, which means he could become a free agent by the end of this year. So, what's the Yankees' angle on Robert? Why would a team that already juggles playing time among young talents consider bringing in a player who isn't performing at his best? The short answer is that the Yankees may be looking to add depth to their bench, hoping to rediscover some of the potential Robert displayed early in his career. The truth is, Robert isn't showing enough consistency right now to earn a starting role every day. With promising young outfielders like Trent Grisham, Jason Dominguez, Cody Bellinger, and Ben Rice all vying for playing time, space is already tight. To complicate matters, Giancarlo Stanton is expected back on the roster very soon, further squeezing the available at-bats for anyone outside the established starters. There was a time when Luis Robert was a true force to be reckoned with. In 2023, he blasted 38 home runs, drove in 80 runs, and posted an OPS of 857, finishing 12th in the MVP voting. He was an all-star and earned a Silver Slugger award. But the last couple of seasons haven't been kind to him, marred by injuries and a clear dip in production. You could argue that part of his struggles stem from playing on underperforming teams, but when it comes down to it, can the Yankees really afford to take at-bats away from their younger players who are showing more promise and consistency? Probably not. If Robert joins the team, he'll most likely find himself on the bench, not a situation that screams value for a team that demands results. While Luis Robert's future is uncertain, there's a name that deserves attention among the Yankees. Prospects, Everson Pereira. This guy has been on the radar for a few seasons now, showing real promise as a right-handed hitting outfielder. In AAA, Pereira is hitting about 253 with 10 home runs and an OPS of 822. For a team like the Yankees looking for a reliable right-handed bat to add balance to the lineup, Pereira could be a natural fit. This is especially important as the club tries to manage the reintegration of Giancarlo Stanton, ensuring they don't disrupt the development of key young players like Dominguez, who is hitting around 246 with 6 home runs, 25 RBIs, and an OPS of 742 so far this season. Giving playing time to Luis Robert means less opportunity for guys like Dominguez and Grisham, who the Yankees are clearly trying to nurture into foundational pieces for the future. For example, there's been criticism lately about Grisham getting more at-bats than Dominguez, and many believe Dominguez deserves more chances to find his groove. Just the other night, Dominguez had a great game, going 3 for 5, which is exactly the kind of momentum young players need. Adding Robert into this crowded outfield mix complicates things even further. And right now, it doesn't look like Robert fits neatly into the Yankees' plans as a regular starter. When considering roster moves, teams often have to make tough decisions. If the Yankees were to sign Rubes, they might have to designate someone like Pablo Reyes for assignment, which could leave them short in the infield. Reyes, like Pineda, offers versatility, able to cover shortstop, third base, and second base, so losing him would create another gap to fill. Grisham, who started the year strong, has shifted into more of a platoon role than strictly a bench player, which shows how fluid the roster situation is. Ultimately, the Yankees are trying to balance playing time among several young talents, and adding Robert to the mix only makes that balance harder to maintain. It's baffling, really, to think that just 2 years ago, Luis Robert was on top of the world. Injuries limited him to about 100 games last season, and the production just wasn't there. Now, rumors swirl about the Yankees being interested in him, and it begs the question, Who exactly would they move to make room? Maybe Pineda. Could be part of a trade, but then the team loses a valuable infielder. It just doesn't add up logically. The idea of acquiring Robert feels more like a gamble, hoping to catch lightning in a bottle than a solid plan, shifting gears a bit. Let's talk about Spencer Jones. Jones is a player who has generated some buzz for his potential, even though he's faced some setbacks with injury this season. Despite that, he's managed to post a batting average around 220, an OPS of 859, 10 home runs, 19 RBIs, and 8 stolen bases. He's a dynamic base runner, which is one of the key aspects that sets him apart from other young players. Some have drawn comparisons between Jones and players like Joey Gallo or even Aaron Judge, but those comparisons seem a bit off base. Gallo, for example, struck out a ton, but isn't nearly the base runner that Jones is. Jones stole 43 bases last year and 25 the year before that, while Gallo has just 33 stolen bases in his entire career. That's a significant difference. It's also worth noting that while Jones strikes out a fair amount, something he definitely needs to improve, his running ability and fielding skills are top-notch. Comparing him to elite players like Judge or Kyle Tucker is probably unfair, especially at this stage in his development. It's more realistic to see Jones as a unique talent with a skill set that stands out, especially on the base paths. His floor might be closer to a player like Gallo, but his ceiling is certainly much higher. With all this in mind, where does Spencer Jones fit if the Yankees pursue other major acquisitions, say someone like Kyle Tucker? That remains to be seen. Tucker is a proven star, and Aaron Judge is an established MVP caliber player, so slotting Jones in alongside them is a tough challenge. What's clear is that Jones is a valuable piece, one that the team will want to develop carefully rather than rush or pigeonhole with unfair comparisons. Overall, the Yankees find themselves at a crossroads, trying to blend experienced veterans, recovering stars, and exciting young prospects into a competitive team. Balancing playing time, managing player development, and making smart acquisitions will be crucial. The decisions made now, particularly regarding players like Luis Robert and Spencer Jones, will shape the team's fortunes for years to come. Continuing with the story of Spencer Jones, it's clear that his talent is undeniable, but the road ahead won't be without challenges. His ability to steal bases and cover ground in the outfield makes him a unique asset. Yet his high strikeout rate remains a major obstacle to becoming a consistent offensive force. The Yankees organization knows this well, and they're likely investing time and resources into helping him refine his approach at the plate. If Jones can cut down on his strikeouts and improve his contact rate, he could transform into a pivotal player who impacts games on multiple levels, not just with his legs and defense, but also with the bat. The Yankees face a delicate balancing act when it comes to managing players like Jones. They have the luxury of established stars such as Aaron Judge and rising talents like Kyle Tucker. But that also means there's less room for trial and error when it comes to younger players. Every at-bat counts. Every opportunity to prove oneself in the lineup becomes precious. For Jones, it's about carving out a role where he can grow without the pressure of replacing big-name stars immediately. The team's patience will be tested, and so will his ability to stay healthy and keep learning. On the flip side, the rumors about Luis Robert present a very different situation. Unlike Jones, Robert is a player who once reached impressive heights and is now trying to reclaim that form. His slump and injury history put him in a tricky spot, especially on a roster like New York's, where competition for playing time is fierce. The Yankees might see Robert as a high upside bench piece or a potential spark plug if he finds his groove again. But the reality is his current production doesn't justify a regular starting spot. If he were to join the team, Robert would have to accept a diminished role, which might not sit well with a player of his past stature. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. In what's shaping up to be one of the most surprising twists of the MLB season, whispers are growing louder that the New York Yankees might be eyeing a blockbuster move that would send shockwaves through the baseball world. a potential acquisition of Boston Red Sox star Rafael Devers. While nothing is confirmed, the rumor mill has been spinning non-stop since early reports hinted at internal discussions within the Yankees front office about making a dramatic bid for the all-star third baseman. Devers, a cornerstone of the C, Red Sox lineup and a fan favorite at Fenway, has long been seen as the heart of Boston's offensive core. His bat, his energy, and his clutch performances have made him one of the most dangerous hitters in the American League. But with the Red Sox navigating a complex rebuilding phase and the Yankees hungry for left-handed power to balance their lineup, the idea, though unthinkable at first glance, is beginning to gain traction. Sources close to both organizations suggest that while no official negotiations have begun, there have been informal conversations, perhaps even exploratory feelers tossed around during recent front office meetings. The Yankees, with their deep pockets and championship or bust mentality, could offer a package hard for Boston to ignore, especially if it accelerates their long-term plan. Of course, any potential move involving Devers would not just be about numbers and talent. It would also come with emotional weight and fierce backlash. Trading a star to the arch-rival Yankees will be seen by many in Red Sox Nation as an unforgivable sin, a betrayal of baseball's most historic rivalry, and for Devers himself, donning pinstripes after years of bleeding Boston Red would be a dramatic chapter in his already impressive career. Still, baseball is a business, and stranger things have happened. For now, it's all speculation. But in the ever unpredictable world of MLB trades and front office maneuvers, even the wildest rumors sometimes come true. If this one does, expect chaos, headlines, and a whole new layer added to Yankees versus Red Sox lore. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.